Hi, I'm Trace Hopper, and this is my Wegovy journey. Let's just get straight to it, shall we? So last week we did our stomach, and I haven't done an arm or a leg on my own. I've never done it, period. So I'm going to do my arm. And I know that the doctors, they say to have somebody else do it because they want you to do it back here in the fat. And I feel like I can reach that pretty well on my own. And I don't have an option. I don't have anybody else to do it for me. So I'm just gonna use my alcohol prep pad. Just going to go ahead and clean the area that I might be using. Okay, we're gonna dry it off. Right now, go ahead and go get your pen if you wanna do it with me. We'll do it together. You could pause this and then come back to it. Otherwise, if you have your pen, go ahead and take the top off. We're going to try to get our fat here. I feel like that's a good spot. I'm going to just push and we're gonna listen for the clicks again, okay? So let's see if you can see my little clear thing. Ready? Together, 1, 2, 3, push. Second click. We're gonna wait and work out to 10, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Take it off. Go ahead and put the top back on, and you should have yellow now instead of clear. Your area. Looks like I got a little bit of blood, but otherwise there's nothing else. If you can see clearly. You can see the little circle where the pin went through. No big deal for me. And that's it. So we did that together. And if you want to stay, you can. If that's all you needed to do was have somebody to do it with, perfect. We did it together. And then now we're going to just talk about our last week, which would have been the second week on Wegovy. So go ahead and stay tuned, and we will do that together. Okay, so let's talk about the journey we had last week. So last week we did the stomach. I felt after we did that shot, I had a runny nose. I got really cold, and it could be just that the day that we did it on. So I do mine every Monday. So the day that we did it on, that it was kind of windy and rainy, and it just wasn't springtime weather that we had the 5 days previous to that. So I didn't know if it was the shot or if it was just me reacting to the difference in the weather. So I had a runny nose, and I had chills. And then about 2:45 in the morning. So either way you look at it. So it's Monday night, really early Tuesday morning. I woke up about 2:45 in the morning and just got really nauseous and rolled over, thought, okay, here it comes back. It's going to all start again. Rolled over and went back to sleep and woke up perfectly fine. I was perfectly fine all week long after that. There was nothing that came up. Like I said, I do have the runny nose, but it's also, I'm in California and surrounded by ranches and lots of fields that have the super bloom going on. So I'm taking, an allergy med every day. So I don't know if it's that or if it's the super bloom. I don't know. I did want to tell you, so last week I did my weigh-in before I did the video, and I was at 184.4. And this week today I woke up and I got on the scale, and it was 179.4. And then I went to the gym and worked out, drank my big old thing of water while I was at the gym working out, came back home, and I weighed it at 181.0. So I did that weigh in 3 times to get that 181.0. Every time it was the 181.0 after I worked out. So I don't have a great scale. I've got this cheap scale from Walmart, if you guys have recommendations on a really good scale that you guys trust and, you know, utilize and feel like that you could trust the number that you're being given on the scale, go ahead and just put that down in the comments, because the more people that watch these videos on their Wegovy journey, any tips and tricks you guys have, go ahead and put those in the comments so that they have the same thing, you know, same information all of us have. Also, I don't know if what you guys, how much you're paying for this shot. My insurance isn't covering it until I meet my insurance deductible, which is $2,000. So I went on Wegovy.com, and if you type in Wegovy savings card, then you'll see Wegovy.com savings card, and you click on that, and it's going to ask you a bunch of questions, but you get the savings card. You pay nothing for Wegovy for the first 4 shots. And it comes to zero. It's wonderful. I don't know if you guys can see this. I tried to make it big on my phone, but the savings card is right here. You guys can just get this downloaded onto your phone, call in to your pharmacy and let your pharmacist know, I'm not going through insurance for this. I have a savings card. They're going to ask you for all those numbers that are on there, and then it'll come up to zero and you could get your first 4 shots for free. So I couldn't pass that up. I also did not want to put out money out of my pocket on something that I'm paying so much money for and not sure if my body's going to react badly to it. So I did not, you know, obviously we're just starting this. So I'm still using my free shots. I have 1 more left and then I have to start paying out of pocket. That first, like you guys know, after watching the last video, that first week was rough. The second week, not so bad. So I'm really kind of glad that my husband talked me into continuing with this and giving this a shot, you know, for my sake. And I am actually quite happy with the progress I'm seeing and what's going on. If you guys have any different experiences, I would suggest go ahead and put those in the comments so everybody can read through the comments and see what everybody else is going through during this time. So we're going to start our 3rd week. You know, we're going on our 3rd week for this. I think that if last week was a prediction of how this week's going to go, I'm not expecting too many changes. I hope that I'm right. So here's some other things that I've noticed this last week while on Wegovy. My appetite is decreased, obviously. It's not that I don't get hungry, because I still get hungry. So my body is still telling me, hey, it's lunchtime or it's dinner time or what have you. But I can make healthier choices because I'm not starving and just grabbing for different things. So we went to Crumble Cookie because my husband and daughter loves Crumble, and we went and got their little 6-pack of cookies. I had a tiny sliver of one and my stomach didn't feel good. So I don't know if that's sugar based. Like every time I try to have some sugar, my body gets a little nauseous, and I didn't expect that. I didn't know. Everything that I've read, it didn't really tell me that would happen. So every time I have the processed sugars, all of that, I get a little nauseous. I don't feel very good. It doesn't last forever, and it's not nauseous like that first week where I was in bed and didn't think that I was going to ever do this again. It's not that type of nauseous. It's just that underlying nauseous where if you kind of wish you hadn't taken that bite, but you could continue to go on throughout your day. It's nothing like that, and it doesn't last forever. It's short-lived. So I think that if I have to say the lesson I learned week 2 was my body's not reacting very well on processed sugars anymore. I'm actually okay with that. I don't need the processed sugars. It's not something that I have to have to keep going. It's knocking out that nasty little habit though that I had after I'd eat dinner, and then I'd be like, oh, I'd like a piece of chocolate after dinner, because and then it becomes this habit, right? And now I I don't, like, every time I think about it and I think that I want that little piece of sugar after a meal, I rethink it and go, oh, I don't really want that nauseous feeling. And I kind of haven't been wanting the sugar now after my meal, so I don't know. So I think that's about it. Remember, you don't have to use these alcohol prep pads, but you definitely can. And to clean the area before you do it, nobody's telling you have to do it. That's just what I did. And then if you go through the week and you want to come back and you want to add your 2 cents of what you've been experiencing or anything else, go ahead and put those in the comments. My last week was just as sedentary as the first, so I got a lot of good writing done. Moving ahead on the new book, and I'm pretty excited about it. The storyline's coming along really well, so super excited about that. And if you guys are interested in reading any of my books or getting those, they are available on Amazon, Nook, so Barnes & Nobles, and iBooks. And I'll put the little thing at the end of this, and at the beginning, you could just scan the little barcode, and it'll take you right to my Amazon page if you're interested in checking out any of the stories that I write. All right, until next week, I hope that you guys all take care. You are beautiful no matter what, and I can't wait to do this again with you next week, where we're going to do it in the leg for the first time. All right, see you then. Bye.